This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 169 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show. Be that girl. Please support our sponsors as they make this show possible.
Equestrian Collections offers the whole universe of equestrian shopping at your fingertips at a price you can afford. Shop online at equestriancollections.com. And for all of your supplement needs, visit Kentucky Performance Products. Visit them at kppusa.com.
Welcome to the Stable Scoop, with weekly shows delivered right to you. With Helena and Glenn the Geek, live from the stable, it's every week. They bring you the news through hail or high water, while using their tails as their own fly swatters. So sit on down and laugh till you poop, cause it's time again for Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop. The Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop.
This is Glenn the Geek.
And this is Helena B. And you're listening to the Stable Scoop Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network.
Did you notice for the first time in 3 years I didn't mess up the opening?
You really did a great job with the opening today. What's up? What did you eat this morning?
169 episodes.
Did you have your Wheaties?
I had a good lunch. I'm feeling good. It's nice and cool and beautiful here in Lexington. So
What's the temperature in Lexington?
Actually, it was almost 60 this morning. So
yeah, we had a very balmy night last night. I left the horses out and then woke up to like fog that was so thick I couldn't see my own hand in front of me.
Oh, really? Well, you guys are going to get cold here very soon up in New England. And
all right,
snow went away, I assume, from the big storm. And
yeah, we didn't get any snow. We're the only ones in the Northeast who didn't get snow in October.
I think there's still people in Connecticut without power.
It's true. Yes, yes. And I'm going to see one of them on Sunday, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Because guess who rode today? Guess who rode
You're
today?
Back on the horse? After
I'm back in the saddle.
And long ailment and recovery. Were you riding the horse with a boot?
What? What do you mean with a...
Were you wearing a leg brace or anything?
No, I had nothing on. I went commando.
Wow.
It was my second time in the tack. Last week I went, and I just have to say I love my riding instructor, my trainer. She is so kind. Because obviously Pie is not the kind of horse I'm going to get back on with an injured knee. She offered one of her the horses that she has up in her barn, who's just quiet as can be. And before I actually bought Pie, I was riding just about everything in her barn, and one day I had gotten on Max, and I cried. This horse had me in tears. Why? I couldn't get him to go forward. I didn't have spurs on, and he's a plug. And, I was healthy and cocky, and I wanted that zoom, and I couldn't get this horse to move forward. And I was so frustrated that I actually cried. Well, we were in like super slow gear today, and it was perfect. I was in no rush to go anywhere.
There is a time for that plug of a horse.
There is and I'll tell you something. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting back into the tack for the first time, but I was so happy to go as slow as he wanted to go.
See, that's perfect for somebody that's recovering from surgery like you are, and perfect for this horse husband who really likes to go slow.
I believe in hippotherapy. I'm calling it therapy. So Nora took me around. This is Nora's been on Stable Scoop before, of Nora Harris Equestrian. She actually led me around the lead rope because we didn't know. This was last week. We didn't know how I was going to be, how Max was
going to slide off one side.
Yeah, seriously. Well, my leg was so weak when I did get up in the saddle. My left leg was pretty much useless. It was just so weak and sore. And my right leg, I said, it's not that I lost my muscle memory. I mean, I haven't been in the saddle in 7 months. So I thought, well, maybe I'm just losing that muscle memory. But my right leg was perfect. It was on. It was there. It was effective. Everything was great. I hadn't lost my riding skills, but I just had no strength in the left leg.
Were you beaming the whole time?
No, I was really kind of frustrated because I said, this is really sad that, it's been this long. I've gone through this much effort, and am I ever going to be able to ride on my own again? I mean, I know it's silly. Of course I'm going to be able to. It's just my knee, for Christ's sakes. It's not like I'm not like Courtney King, but you definitely feel like, oh, what's my life in the saddle going to be like from now on?
And
So
in
anyway, it
another
was
6
bittersweet.
months, you'll forget you even had a surgery.
Absolutely. I mean, I got on today and was able to, again, just at the walk, but I could ride serpentines and teardrops and turns, and I did all that stuff totally on my own. Now, we did it like he was going so slow, he was practically going backwards. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's the way I ride. I think that's a wonderful way to ride.
I am happy to be that girl.
Yeah, but you're only going to be that girl for a little while. Then you'll be back to speeding around like a demon, like a little A personality you are.
Bella doesn't like that. She doesn't like that now. She thinks I'm going to stay. I'm going to take it slow and steady.
Well,
but yes,
congratulations and welcome back to the saddle.
Thank you very much. It was wonderful to be back.
And now you're not getting on a pie anytime soon, I hope.
No, it's
Shake your head like this.
probably not for another 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay,
Just
good.
I have a little more strengthening to do. Although it's Max, he caught his toe on something. The footing was a little deep in the outdoor arena today, and I think he just caught his toe, in the deep footing, and he tripped a little bit, and of course my thighs instantly reacted. So I was very happy at that. It was just an instant grip with my seat. So I'm like, oh, phew, I haven't lost my survival skills. So I'm like, I might be able to get on pie before the year's out.
Great.
But we have a great girl who's interested in him.
Good. That's good. And I think that I just don't, as Wendy said, I don't think the yin and the yang are correct.
No, I posted on her Facebook page. I said, Wendy, what's the element for the person who is like calm and peaceful and quiet? Because whatever it is, it puts out the fire.
That's right. Exactly.
This girl is it. So I think she's either, she said she's either an earth or a metal. So,
yes. Yeah.
And I took this quiz online, how to tell your personality, your traditional Chinese medicine personality. Yeah. And I took the quiz, and it turns out that I am primarily fire.
Which I think everybody knows.
But I'm now the idea is to have a balance, right? Okay. So, but I'm closely followed. It was like 28% fire, but then 25% earth, which is actually very serene. Is really kind of.
Have you ever had a serene moment in your life?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, I'm actually. That's my problem. Was I'm either on full speed or I'm off. I'm either wicked fiery
the one I'm used to is the on.
Or wicked chill, because we're usually talking about horses, and so when I'm passionate about something, I get all jacked up.
Well, congratulations! I'm really glad you're back in the saddle. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. You'll be much happier now. You'll be.
So will everybody else in my life.
Right, exactly. I was just going to say that. So will Peter. So will Grace. Everybody will be happier. Hey, we have a great show lined up for today, and more talking to do as well. But we have two absolutely lovely ladies on today, and I'm so excited about that. First up is going to be Yvonne Allen talking about a website and a program she started called Voice for the Horse. And we're going to talk more about that coming up. And then a delightful young lady by the name of Julia Ray, who's a singer and a model and an actress, and had her song in a horse movie that's coming out this week. And we're going to talk about that movie, and we're going to talk about her musical career as well. And then you have a product for us today. So we got all of that coming up. And guess what's coming up next week?
Uh-oh. What?
The annual gift buying episode. It's that time of year where
we get to do it.
Yeah,
my
Equestrian
favorite.
Collections is going to be stopping by for the annual gift buying episode. So you'll want to tune in then next week to get all your gift buying ideas. Remember, we do that we've done that every year since we've started.
Yeah, so this is year number 4, right?
Yeah, this will be year number 4, and I think it's Equestrian Collection's been doing this every year.
Oh, yep.
So we're looking forward to that. That'll be coming up next week. I can't believe we're doing that one already. It's like, it can't be time yet.
I can't believe it's November 9th.
I know. It's going
Where
to
have
be
I
like
been?
2012 soon.
That's because my life stopped on April 9th when I came off my horse.
And you know
Nothing's
what?
happened.
We only have one more year from December, the 12th? Isn't that when the Mayans said in 2012? So we only have another year.
2012. Ooh, I better get busy
2012.
doing
Yeah,
those.
you got a lot of things you have to do on your bucket list yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So get them all done. You only have a year, according to the Mayans.
Mm.
So we're going to be having all of that coming up very shortly. But first, let's talk about Equestrian Collections. You know, they are coming up for the annual gift buying episode. If you want a gift for the holidays, think about going to Equestrian Collections first. We'll be highlighting 10 of those more popular items or new items that they want to share with you next week. And then Helene and I, we always pick a couple too, because that's what we do. We usually pick the stocking stuffers that are the cheaper stuff that you can use as stocking stuffers. So, yeah, but Equestrian Collections is your holiday shop. They have a lot of different products and a lot of new stuff to the holidays this year. So stop over to equestriancollections.com, and very shortly you'll see all of their holiday messages, and you're going to find what you need over there at equestriancollections.com. Let's go to Yvonne Allen, who's here, who was referred to us by Templeton Thompson, our friend and musician. And she said, I'm working with this organization. You really should get Yvonne on there. She's the founder of The Voice for the Horse, and she'll tell you all about it. And, you know, Templeton was just so passionate about this. So let's talk to Yvonne.
Welcome, Yvonne, to Stable Scoop. I'm really thrilled to have it's a new organization and effort that to talk about, to learn about. You know, Glenn and I were saying that we don't know much about Voice for the Horse. And with you being the founder and now a director of this organization, I'm really looking forward to learning all about it. I'll tell you what I know so far. You're based in British Columbia, Canada,
yes.
And you love horses.
Absolutely.
That's all I know. But you are, you know, Voice for the Horse is trying to appeal to the next generation of horsemen and women. So give us a little background on what this organization is.
Well, back in 2007, I had, after 20 years in the industry of owning my own horse, I had some insight, I guess you might say similar to what Bo Derek might have gone through, or even the Madeline Pickens of the world, where you see something and it forever changed your life, and then you do something. And I can only compare to that because I know Bo, and I've met her at one release that she did, a press release up here in Canada, actually, and her life did change. And, you know, she found out about, example, it was the horse fodder industry. That's what happened to me when I learned about the Premarin industry, when someone joked at me back in 2007 and said, well, I guess it's time for you to start taking your Premarin hormone pills. And I was like, what is that? Seriously, now you know my age, okay? I'm giving part of me away there. But I was like so intrigued by what they were telling me. I thought it couldn't be. I went home and Googled it because I have to know everything. I was shocked, absolutely shocked. And so I turned around and I thought, well, I've got to do something with this because of what I know and my passion for horses, and as an equine therapist, and knowing the horse as a sentient being, you know, that they feel things. This is just, to me, it just didn't seem right. And then, of course, the other doors were exposed and opened to me about the hard sides of the industry. So I thus went to work and did a lot of fundraising for heart and stroke foundations, educating women on Premarin. And, you know, that was very fun and exciting. And then I started to write after I found it difficult to contend with the hardships. So I turned my project into a passion of love. The hardships that I was enduring and experiencing, in fact, were almost damaging me or emotionally, like, causing me so much grief that the only way for me to get around that part was to write. And I started writing, and Voice for the Horse, as you know it today, has become a project of passion and love for horses. And in my experience of all my years networking and in the corporate world, because I network a lot outside of the corporate world, I came to realize there's horse lovers everywhere. Not all of them can participate because of lifestyles and so forth, but I don't think there's one person I ever met that said, I don't like a horse. And the children, in fact, today, you know, you put kids with horses and you see it all the time, they're infatuated. And I just had a little girl out here just last week, and she met my horses, 2 draft crosses, and you know what? She was playing with these horses, and she was the little lead mare of those 2 horses. I couldn't have believed it.
That's awesome.
And she knew nothing. I mean, I've got pictures on my website, and, you know, there's a story behind it, but she's in her little pink dress, and her mother's out there doing a photo shoot with her photographer. Well, guess where the photographer ends up going? To the girl and the horse, because there was such an amazing thing happening there. So our project, it reaches out to children. I, in fact, just approached my first school board last week, with the wild horse riding competition that we're presently hosting.
And I'm totally entering my daughter in that.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool.
That was one of the first things I saw because it's at the top of your website, that first button. And I read the press release about, having these kids. And I like the fact that there's, categories for 12 and under and then, 13 to 18 and that it's open to kids in both Canada and the U.S. So I think this is a great place to start because you know what? When we grown-ups, we have so much baggage. It's hard for us to get our point across without taking the scenic route to the point, which I'm guilty of, or, having a bias. There's kids, they say it so simply and directly that you it's hard to ignore it or compartmentalize it into something like, oh, I wish I could help the horses or I wish I could be a better horseman, but I don't have the time or I don't have the tools. And yet you look at something that a child has written or has expressed and they simplify it way better than any grown-up can. So I think this is a great start.
I'm just shivering here with goosebumps here because, what I'm seeing is just blowing me away in some cases with what's happening with the kids and the horses right now and their willingness to participate. And what our program does, in fact, it engages the parent with the child to participate. A, they've got to sign waivers, for children to participate because they're under that age. But B, it also brings back that parent. It gets them more connected to their inherent grassroots because it wasn't that long ago that we had horses in our lives and their parents certainly did. So it's also about that grassroots effort about let's remember who we are and where we came from. And, for example, this last school, the school district I went to last week, they saw the project, and in 24 hours they contacted me and said, we will distribute this to 41 of our schools in our district, and that's one district out of many that could embrace that.
They're going to distribute what? The writing competition?
You bet. Yes, they are. All the teachers will be informed about it. Now, what they do with it is another thing, but as I write in my press release and when you go on the website, I encourage the children to share with their parents or guardians what it is they are learning through this program because, in fact, what has inspired a big part of this is the fact that the parents are so interested in horses as well, and they would like to see a great program for horses. They'd like to learn more. They're out of touch because there's no access for people that live in the city, for example, to horses that's directed to them as a horse lover. So we, through social media and our fine art projects and what we will be bringing forward, will be able to engage all of this other network of people that otherwise don't have horses, where, it is our hope that they will, be intrigued enough to come out to the country, when the weather gets great and go to the shows and to, share this passion, sport, love for horses, with everyone. It's kind of an invitation to come out and check out what we're doing too.
Well, I'm really excited that we had the chance to learn about Voice for the Horse and that there's somebody so passionate behind the effort. I think what I'm going to take away from this discussion, Yvonne, is to think about how I can better serve the horses in my life, in my country, in my neighborhood. Like you said, they are constantly adapting to serve us in so many different ways. How can what can I do? What's my part to serve them better? And so, I think it's a good catalyst. Voice for the Horse seems to be a good catalyst for that kind of thinking.
Yeah.
So tell people how they can find out more about the organization and how they can help.
Oh, for sure. Obviously, come to our website, which is www.voiceforthehorse.com.
Well, it's nice to know that we have another passionate woman in the horse world who's doing something with her passion and her belief. So I think Voice for the Horse is going to go places, and we should keep an eye on them.
Yeah, terrific.
Okay.
And Gracie's going to have to write a story here pretty soon, get it in the contest.
I know. I'm really excited about that because it's nice to have an inspiration. She draws pictures of horses all the time. They're everywhere. Unfortunately, They're all over my walls. Yeah. I'm like, Grace, you need to draw on paper, not my furniture. So we have actually coming up next, I am absolutely in love with this girl. I had no idea who she was before this movie came out and before we interviewed her. And now that we've spoken with her and you're going to hear her in just a minute, you're going to fall in love with her too. We're going to talk with Julia Ray, and she sang the title song of the movie, The Greening of Whitney Brown. Her song is called Be That Girl. And Julia actually, she's a beautiful young woman. She's about 19 years old, almost 20. She,
Can I emphasize the beautiful as a guy here?
no, because she's 19. No, you
she's
can
over
just say
18. She is beautiful. She is beautiful.
She's beautiful. But you know what? When you hear her, you'll feel that her beauty comes from within and makes her all the more beautiful on the outside. But so she's this very talented singer, actress, model, and just a really nice human being. But she struggled a bit because when she was born, she was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, which is a chronic lung disease. And she grew up trying to reconcile why she would be born with a lung disease and yet be this really gifted singer. So in her early teens, she decided to use her voice in a special way, and she founded a nonprofit organization called Singing at the Top of My Lungs. And her mission with that organization is to build awareness and research and fund research for a cure for cystic fibrosis. And, cystic fibrosis affects a lot of kids, and I can't imagine what it must be like to live struggling to breathe every day. And she does. She said every day is a regimen. So not only does she have this challenge to deal with, but she's overcome that challenge and, kicked its tushy. And when you hear her coming up in this interview, like I said, I think you're going to fall in love with her just the way Glenn and I have. So
let's take a look. How would you like to listen to her song out of the movie "Be That Girl" before we talk to her? What do you think?
I would love it.
All right, This is "Be That Girl." It's out of the movie coming out today on the 11th of November. It's called "The Greening of Whitney Brown." Be coming out at theaters all across the country. So take a look for it in your area. But it's called "Be That Girl" by Julia Ray. Well, hi, Julian. Welcome to the Stable Scoop Show. It's good to have you on.
Hi, Glenn. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, we are excited because we always love it when horsey movies come out. Now, we have not seen this one yet, and you have. So it's called The Greening of Whitney Brown, and it's really meant to be a teenager come-to-life kind of movie.
Don't you mean coming of age?
That's what I kind of meant.
Come to life would mean being born, Glenn.
Oh, that's true. Okay, let's reverse that. It would be like a teenager coming-of-age movie.
Yes.
So now you got to go to the premiere of this movie the other night, right?
I did, yes. It was so much fun. And
now, where
actually,
was it? Tell us all about it.
It was in New York City, and everyone was there. Sammy Hanratty, the star of the movie, and the other star of the movie, the Gypsy Vanner, Odd Job Bob, was there.
He was there in the city?
He was in the middle of New York City.
Did people just like stop in their tracks and drool over him?
They did, and he looked so beautiful. I mean, I didn't expect to feel, like a horse was going to be the star of the red carpet, but he really was.
Upstaged by a horse.
Yes, exactly.
Upstaged by somebody who can poop wherever he wants.
Yes.
And he's a Gypsy Vanner, so he's got that hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
It's got a huge mane, a huge tail, and I'm sure they had him polished to the max.
They did. They said they shaved him, I think, like 3 times
Oh.
to get him all shiny. So.
Well, the name listeners will know his trainer for this movie was Tommy Turvey.
Yes, and he was there as well.
Tommy,
And
talk about a funny guy. Tommy's a funny guy.
Oh, he's hilarious, and he makes a cameo appearance in the film.
I can't know. Did you have a chance to actually sit and watch the film? Like, were you involved with that?
Yes, I had seen the film before the premiere, and then I got to watch it again on the big screen. So it was just amazing to see it on the big screen, and it's a really great film, and I'm so proud of Sammy Hanratty. She's such a talented actress, and it's amazing to see the chemistry between Sammy and Odd Job Bob, because Odd Job Bob did a fantastic job.
Well, let's tell everybody what the movie was about, and then we'll talk a little bit more about who's in it and Sammy. So can
Sure.
you give us a brief rundown of what it's about?
Yeah. Well, it's about Whitney Brown, who's a teenage girl, a tween, really, and she grew up outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs, and her dad lost his job in the recession. So their house gets repossessed. Everything is taken from them. And Whitney is a very materialistic girl. So when they move out to the country to her father's home where he grew up, she is miserable, hates it, and misses her old home and her credit card. But when she moves out to the country, she meets Odd Job Bob and falls in love with this horse and really learns through her friendship with the horse that what life is really about is where your family is, and home is where your family is, and it has little to do with what you're wearing and who you're wearing and what kind of phone you have.
And did they get that? Was that point? Did they really get that across?
They did, yeah, and they really drove it home. It's got a great moral for girls and teens, and at the end of the movie, you see the family come together, and it is such a feel good movie, and I love it.
Now, did you have your song is featured in this movie? Be That Girl, right?
Yes. Yes.
Did you? And it's an original song. Does that mean that did you write it?
My producers, Michael Lloyd and Greg O'Connor, wrote the song "Be That Girl," and it's such a great song. And it was amazing to sit in the theater and have it come on as soon as the last line is said. My song starts, so it was a really great moment.
I bet.
Were you
for
feeling
you
it?
Must have been goosebumps everywhere.
I was going to say it. But when you're rehearsing and when you're preparing the song for film, did you watch the movie first and then deliver the song, or was it all together? I mean, how do you deliver the emotion with a song when it's attached to a movie?
Actually, we recorded this song, and then Michael Lloyd, my producer, was the music supervisor for the film and did all the music. And after we recorded it, he showed me the last clip of the movie and my song in the movie, and it just was one of those things that fit so perfectly, and the producers of the movie loved it. So it was just one of those moments that everything came together.
You just got it right, sort of plugged in perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, isn't that cool?
It is cool. And to be now, is this the first time that a song of yours or a song that you've sung has been featured in a movie?
It is. So it's really quite a moment for me. It's been, I was pinching myself after the premiere.
I see you're a little gaga goo goo right now.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we will say that Julia is an absolutely gorgeous girl. You've been a model. You've done all that. And you were in good company. Now, was Brooke Shields there, or did she have to work that night?
She was there. We chose a Monday night for the premiere because she's on Broadway right now.
Right.
So Monday night was her dark night. So she was there with her girls, and she looked beautiful. And she does such a great job in this movie.
Did you get to meet her?
I did. She is such a lovely person.
Really?
She's so sweet. Yeah.
Well, and you got Chris Christopherson actually plays it's the neighbor that has the horse, right?
Yes, and he is so adorable. He's great. Sammy really had a connection with him as well, and he was there.
And Sammy Hanratty, of course, was the girl who played the girl in the movie, the main character.
Yes, Whitney Brown.
You know, Chris Christopherson's one of those guys. He's made some really, really crappy movies when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's gotten older and plays sort of the old curmudgeon-y characters, he's done. I like him. I can't believe I just said that on the air, but I do. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it was coming out. You're outed. You're officially outed. And so now, when you were working on the song and the film, did you? What was your involvement with the like? You had a music supervisor, and was that sort of the person that you worked the most with? And where did they do most of the filming of the movie?
So I did work with my producer because he was the music supervisor, so I worked closely with him. And I also eventually had a meeting with the director and the producer of the film because they decided to shoot a music video with me.
Right.
So the film was shot partly in Philadelphia and partly in Georgia, so in Atlanta. So,
Okay. But you didn't have to go on location with them.
No, we filmed the music video on a beautiful ranch in Burbank, California.
Isn't that funny? So, and you grew up where you're from Philadelphia area, right?
Yes, and I live in Los Angeles now, so I go back and forth between the East and West Coast.
Oh, okay. I thought that would be funny if you were. Everything pretty much takes place on the East Coast, but yet you fly to Burbank to shoot
your
the
video.
video.
Yeah,
But
right.
it makes sense. Hey, we're not saying that the movie industry makes sense. It makes good movies. That's what it does.
So you did this music video at a ranch. Can you plug the ranch?
I actually, you know what? I don't even know the name of the ranch, but I know I did get to meet the owners, and they're from Philadelphia too. It was such a small
wow.
world. All of these connections, so it was a great time, and it was beautiful.
That's because there's a horse involved. The horse world is a small, freakishly small world. So when there's Odd Job Bob is involved, really the circle just gets smaller and tighter.
I don't know. I didn't read anything about this. Was Odd Job Bob, the Gypsy Vanner, was he one of Tommy Turvey's horses, or did Tommy Turvey acquire him or just train him? Do you know the story behind him?
I believe Tommy Turvey just started working with him for the film.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the executive producer of the film loves horses and owns Odd Job Bob, so I think he called Tommy in to train him.
So it was the executive producer that actually had the horse.
We got to find that person.
I know.
We got to find the executive
we can
producer
talk to him too
and get him on.
Now you're a model. You're a singer. Obviously, a very good singer. What's next for you? Where do you go from here?
I am really just continuing to perform all over, and I'm continuing my modeling career. And I love, after watching the premiere and going to the premiere, I've been acting as well. So I love to do some roles.
Kind of like the red carpet, didn't you, Julia?
I did. Not gonna lie, it was so much fun.
I see it now. This is the last time we're talking to Julia. You know that. Hope.
No.
never
She's
gonna
going to
talk
remember
to
the
us
little horse
again.
people. She's going to remember the little horse people. Well, I would imagine that very soon after the movie gets released all over, that you will start to get offers and start to hear from other people in the industry. Do you think that's going to happen?
I hope so. I had a really great time and made some connections at the premiere, and people are loving the song. And it's the kind of song that, because it's at the end of the film, you go away singing. So I just hope people enjoy it, and it's a feel-good song. So I I hope so.
I'm telling you, we're all tapping our toes over here at my house. It's just it's stuck in your head. And, it's like any job, when you have sort of this, not that you're inexperienced at your job, but it's sort of like your entry level big project, and
Yeah.
you make connections in that when you work with people, they realize, Julia was really great to work with. She's professional. She's talented, and the next time something comes up, you have that business relationship. So I would imagine that we're going to see a heck of a lot more of you in the very near future.
I hope so. That would be great.
Just like Brooke Shields, she'll be on an island making.
Will
a
you
movie.
stop with the Brooke Shields? Oh, he will go to see this movie just for Brooks. He's America's horse husband. He will not even look twice at Odd Job Bob. He will just be waiting for Brooks' scenes.
Well, you
and
got to
that.
remember, I'm at the exact same age as Brooke Shields. So I grew up, we grew up, Brooke Shields was the one that we had the hots for when we were younger.
Yeah.
She was
I
that
have the
girl.
hots for a Gypsy Vanner.
Now, would you say this is actually made for teenagers and preteens, but would adults enjoy it too?
They really would. It has a great family message, and all of the parents that came of the kids in the movie, they love the film, and my mom loves the movie, and I'm her youngest, so it's not like she has kids that she's going to take this to, and she loves it, and I love it, and I'm 19, almost 20, so I really was surprised at how much I love this film.
Good. Well, that's terrific. Well, your website is Julia Rae, that's RAE.com, and that's where everybody can find you. Can they buy the song off your site too?
Be That Girl is not available yet, but my song Sing It at the Top of Your Lungs is on iTunes, but you can listen to it on my website.
I'll tell you what, if you give us permission, what we'll do for today's show is we'll play Singing at the Top of My Lungs out of today's show, if you'll let us do that.
That would be great. Yes, please
All right.
do.
Yeah, we'll do that. So that'll
Before
be
we let you go, though, there's a little snafu in your bio here. I don't even want to call it a snafu, but I know that you have been a keynote speaker and a performer at several Cystic Fibrosis Foundation events and fundraisers. Tell us why.
Well, I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis before I was born, and I really live and breathe my mission of raising awareness and raising funds for this disease, and really being out there for kids that are growing up with it and showing them that you can overcome obstacles and do what you set your heart on.
And the irony of it is that cystic fibrosis is a chronic lung disease, and you are a singer. That had to be probably one of the greatest challenges, on top of just having cystic fibrosis, but then knowing that you were born to sing.
Yeah, it was hard to reconcile. As a kid, I was very angry for a while about why I would be getting a lung disease and the passion to perform. But I'm glad I found the passion to also use my voice to raise awareness.
And how are you feeling now? Does it bring you down? Is it still a challenge?
It's a challenge every day. It's a daily regimen just to keep breathing. But I feel really good right now, and I am living my dream. So I really can't complain.
Well, we're living your dream with you because we get to experience it. I think you have a great gift, a great gift, and I'm glad to hear that you're getting all these wonderful things. That the start of this, I keep thinking of a yellow brick road is sort of in my mind when I can't see you because we're in different parts of the country. But when I see you and I sort of have this visual image in my mind about your career and your talents.
Does that mean that Julia's surrounded by tin men and lions? Is that how it feels, Julia?
Somebody's going to throw apples at you along the way, my dear. But I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. And Glenn and I both look forward to hearing a lot more from you, Julia Rae.
Thank you so much, and I hope I do get to ride a horse at a movie, and then I'll talk to you guys again.
Okay, yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You better. We'll hunt you down. We definitely will. And the movie comes out on the today. Actually, as this show comes out on the 11th, it should be out now. Is it opening to a wide release, or do you know?
It's select theaters, and I know there's some locations in Kentucky and top 25 markets, and then it'll be on DVD in early 2012.
All right, so you can just check the website for just search The Greening of Whitney Brown, and you'll find information on where it's opening as well. Thank you, Julia Rae.
Thank you so much, Glenn and Alina. It's so fun talking to you guys.
What an absolute delight.
I know.
I would have not guessed she was from Philadelphia. Let's start there. And I can rightly say that because I grew up not far from Philadelphia.
Yes, this is true. This is true. But New Yorkers are tough and curmudgeony, and Philadelphians are just miserable.
Yes, exactly. But she has none of that.
She's
So,
light and lively.
You know, she actually, when she was telling the story of what this movie was about, the girl from Philadelphia, and ended up being so sweet and everything, was like, wow, that's her. She is so sweet. And she told us off the air that she used to ride when she was a kid, but she got so busy with acting and everything, and music, that she didn't have a chance to ride as much, but hopes to do so again. So
She will be. We'll get her back in the saddle.
she is going to be a star. There's no question. I also looked at pictures on her Facebook page of her at the red carpet. She looked very good.
She's very comfortable there. I think she's really, we need more people like her in the horse world. That's why she's talented. She's determined.
And I got to tell you, that Sammy Hanratty, who played the star in the movie, who I think is, 14 maybe?
Yes.
Is absolutely cute as a button and looked like she was having a blast at the red carpets.
And Odd Job Bob, the gorgeous Gypsy Vanner,
he is
who
good.
also stars in the movie, was at the red carpet premiere in New York City. That's the best, is when you have a Gypsy Vanner in downtown Manhattan, literally stopping traffic.
So, it doesn't happen.
I wonder
very
who.
often.
See, now this is what there's Brooke Shields, and then there's Odd Job Bob. You'd be looking at Brooke, and I'd be looking at Odd Job Bob.
That's exactly right. Although I have to say that I think Julia's outfit was much nicer than Brooke's. I think Brooke needed some help in the dressing department for that particular premiere.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
giving Julia the vote for that one.
Brooke needs a date.
Well, next up we have our Tack and Habit segment.
This Tack and Habit segment is sponsored by KPPUSA.com. One thing that horse people look for in a supplement is a safe, reliable product that will address the challenges facing their horse. The employees at Kentucky Performance Products couldn't agree more. In fact, they feed KPP supplements to their own horses. Joint Armor from KPP provides your horse with the building blocks necessary to maintain healthy joints throughout his lifetime. Kentucky Performance Products quality assurance provides you with the confidence that you're purchasing a safe, high-quality product. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Joint Armor is concentrated and affordable. One jar lasts up to 75 days. Joint Armor helps maintain fluid motion and flexibility in your horse's joints. It also supports normal cartilage development and reduces joint deterioration. That's always a good thing. So learn more about Joint Armor from KPP and all of their other terrific products at kppusa.com.
Thank you, Helena. Now, you picked the product for this week, didn't you?
I did. This is a favorite in my tack room, and it's sort of a sleeper product. It's something I've had around for quite a while, and I
But
only
it would
just
make a good gift coming up.
it would make a great gift coming up. It is a plaid hat bag. It's a helmet carry case, and it's kind of simple. Not a lot going on there, but the one that I have and the one that I chose to talk about today is made by Jack's Manufacturing. It's extremely handy, and for $23.95 retail, that's not bad. It's a nice price point for a gift if you have a trainer or instructor. So it has this really nice neutral black and tan plaid design, kind of old
It
school
could be a kilt.
classic. It could be a kilt. It's handsome looking, so it's a good gift for either a man or a woman. But the inside of the hat bag is padded with foam and it's lined with nylon. And what I found, I can tell you from firsthand experience, that this hat bag resisted the summer moldiness that the rest of my tack room did not. We had a very humid summer and a couple of good rainstorms, and everything in my tack room in my barn went green and fuzzy.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Everything. And I had a helmet hanging up, and the inside of that helmet turned green and fuzzy.
Ew.
The helmet that I had inside
That's
this
the
hat bag,
worst.
it was disgusting. I was like, I can't even watch. There's no way I could save
You're
this.
not even going to you just throw it away.
I just threw it away. It was almost 4 or 5 years old, so it was close to going
Expiring
anyway.
anyway, but yeah.
But I like to keep a hard hat on hand just in case, something. I have like 4 or 5 helmets in my tack room in case anybody comes and doesn't have one, but I like to keep them. So anyway, but the helmet that was inside this hat bag, nothing. Clean and dry as a whistle. It's really light. It's like I can lift the hat bag up with my pinky. It doesn't add any extra weight. You can sling it around. You can crumple it up and throw it in your car. And it's padded, so it does, if you drop your helmet or if something bangs up against it, it affords it a little bit of protection because of the padding inside. My favorite feature is you can wash this thing 1,000,000 times, and it comes out the same as when it went in. So,
do you think it'll fit any size helmet, or?
Yep, any size helmet.
Because I have that leather one that I got, that leather-looking one from Troxel.
Yes, it'll fit in there.
Will it?
Yep, it'll fit in there.
Something for that, because that's with that leather outer on that helmet, you don't want it being banged around.
Nope, this is perfect for that. So it washes really well. It's light. The zipper on it, which zippers are like the bane of my existence. Whatever you buy that has a zipper on it, the zipper is the thing that always goes.
Yep.
And I kind of abuse the zipper. It's a plain zipper. Nothing really. It doesn't have a brand name. It's not like that KK whatever zipper that all the boots have. The tall boots have the special zipper. It's just a plain old like plastic coated zipper. Survives everything. It's fabulous. No problems with the zipper. So it's coated and it's sturdy. The little handle on this hat bag, I love it. Who'd have thought? You can, like I said, I can hold it with my pinky.
I can see you throwing this around. It's padded. I can throw it around.
No, when my helmet's in it, I'm a little bit more, careful. But so anyway, what I do is sometimes if I take my saddle with me, I just slip the girth over like through my stirrups, and like I throw a stirrup strap through the loop of the hat bag. So I've got my saddle, my girth, and my helmet. Those kind of things that you need to take with you if you're riding your horse someplace else or you're moving around. So I know it's a silly little thing, but believe it or not, that handle on this bag comes in really handy.
Well,
no pun intended.
And it's cheap enough.
$23.95, again, by Jax Manufacturing. And Jax also makes a bridle bag and garment bag in the same material. So if you wanted to do a whole set.
All right. So that's the Jax plaid hat bag. And I'm sure they just Google that. They can find it almost everywhere.
They can find it, yes.
Yep. All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much, Helena. That's the Tack and Habit product of this week. Next week, a whole bunch of products for your shopping pleasure. We're going to do our annual gift buying episode with Equestrian Collections. So you can look forward to that next week. And you're going to ride your horse some more? You're going to go horse shopping for a new one?
I am. Well, the girl who's interested in pie has a bomb-proof quarter horse that she would like to trade.
Perfect. That's what you need.
We'll see. We're going to go. I know I need a beaker. We're going to go take a look at him on Sunday so I can report next week on what I find.
And yesterday on Horses in the Morning Show, we talked about My Wife Knows Everything.
She does.
The racehorse that you might have seen the YouTube video for, where it's the race that My Wife Knows Everything was running against My Wife Knows Nothing. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Well, this horse is at one of your favorite places in Ohio, up for adoption. My wife knows
New Vocations.
New Vocations. So we had her on to talk about it. And I thought, what if we had the money right now and could do this? I would do it in a second. And we would buy My Wife Knows Everything and make him the mascot of the horse radio. Make her the mascot of the Horse Radio Network. Was it a him or her?
Was it?
It's a girl. It's a mare. So we would have made her the mascot, because what would be a more perfect mascot for America's horse husband than to own a horse called My Wife Knows Everything? Wouldn't that have been perfect?
Yes.
And she is absolutely the cutest thoroughbred you've ever seen.
Is she going to be in your barn soon?
No, we just can't afford it right now. The cheapest part is still buying them.
I know. It's true. It's true.
So,
and you have the beaker.
We have the Beakster. Although, I think Jennifer, you know how she likes thoroughbred mares, and this one's cute as the dickens. I think that she would have taken to this one pretty quickly, and then the Beaker would have become mine again. And I could have, taught him how to drive my quarter horse.
Beaker would have been mine again. Yeah, you're totally a horse husband. You're like, I want this horse, but only if my wife takes care of it.
I think my wife has loved having Beaker. She loves Beaker. She gets to ride him, and he just doesn't have to worry about anything. And did she tell you he's jumping now, the quarter horse, trail horse?
No.
Yeah, he's jumping jumps and looking like a real pro now.
Well, that's Jennifer. I mean, you should have seen when I first brought Zeke home, and then what Jennifer helped me turn Zeke into, little jumping fool. Yeah. Quarter horses, and Jennifer, they can do anything. I'm looking.
I think that is the thing about the quarter horses; they can do anything.
They are. They're I mean, was that? They have that versatility.
Yeah,
they have like versatility
class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that's good. Well, good luck on the search. Keep us informed on what's going on in the horse hunt. Post pictures on our Facebook page.
Oh, I will.
And don't forget to like our Facebook page. Just search for Stable Scoop on Facebook, and you'll find us there. And what else did I forget? That's about it.
That's about it. So we have the shopping show next week. If you want details about today's show, you can go to stablescoop.com. You can find us on Facebook under Stable Scoop. We've been tweeting at Horse Radio. Have you noticed I've been tweeting, Glenn?
Yes, I did.
Getting more tweets in there.
You got more tweets. You're getting to be a real Twitter.
I'm trying to. I know. I need to consolidate. I'm a twit. I just had to add the at the end there.
Tweeter. You're a real tweeter.
A tweeter. I'm more of a twit-er. Many thanks to our sponsors, Equestrian Collections. We love you. And Kentucky Performance Products. What else?
That's it. Be sure to visit all the other great shows on the network at horseradionetwork.com. Well, that's it for this week, Helena. We have to get ready to shop next week.
Ooh, I better start now. That's it. There'll be more. We'll see you next week.
There may be trouble. I may need to shed a few tears. But I got faith in tomorrow and strength you can borrow from me. Yeah. Shout it out, learn to fly. There's a dream for you and I. So many dreams are waiting to come true. I tell you what, there's a way. Believe in what you say. Sing it at the top of your lungs. Just sing it at the top of your lungs. Oh, yeah. Sing it, everybody. I got a message, and this is the time to be everything we can be. We got each other.